I'm gonna try this again. I got interrupted. So anyway, I was called by the police department, saying they heard that somebody called that I was sick. I was bleeding, and I called several people, that only people I talked to, and I don't think I called. I'm pretty sure I didn't call 988. And those people said that they didn't call, so the only ones that would call would be, and Bigfoot knows how to use the phone, so I guess as they called um, the sheriffs because and told them I was sick, and so they sent the ambulance, and I had to go to the hospital because if you don't go in the hospital, you have to pay for the ambulance because the insurance won't pay, and um, so they found out that my potassium was super low, and they gave me IV with a potassium in it. They also gave me a pill form too, and so 8 o'clock in the morning, I called Aaron Ferguson and asked him for help, and took me, and he decided I needed something to eat, so we went to the cafeteria, and it was closed, so we went ahead and took some food, and then he took me in my car and followed me all the way home. I made it home, and then I got hungry, so I went back to town and got me Dairy Queen and a super-sized hamburger, and with some barbecue sauce. It was really good. But my dog decided to eat some of it, and I think she ate the rest of it. Anyway, it's nothing important. So I packed up my car this morning with my dirty clothes, and I don't have any clothes left. I still had some dirty clothes still here, and I have filled the car with dirty clothes and got in the car, and it's been making a funny sound when I back up, and I got about actually 3 miles down the road, because 2 miles on this road, Adrian blacktop, and then got out on the highway and got about a mile, and sign says hybrid problems, pull over. So I turned around in the middle of the road, and the truck had to wait for me, and I got all the way home. Well, I pulled over then when it said pull over, and I shut off the car and started again, and I was able to go somewhere to home, got there. Then I called Aaron Ferguson and said, I don't know what to do. And then he says, well, you need to know how to save money, which he does not. He has 4 jobs. So, and I don't think the Amish jobs are worth anything. Driving cleared Ohio and Idaho to take Amish around to their places, and I don't know. So he says, you want to know how to save money? I said, well, tell me. Well, you don't need to be going to town every day for a soda. It's not just for the soda. It's because they know I'm suicidal, and they started an AI machine, and that means that does away with the people that work there. And I said I didn't like the idea because I've been suicidal. Be honest, I've been pretty well suicidal since I was 10. And who would notice this little girl going like this to my head? And that was saying I'm killing myself with my finger, pretending. And I did that till I was almost 30, and I had tried to kill myself somewhere in between there. And so I said, well, I don't just go get a soda because people want it, well, you can go to the library twice a week. You don't have to go to town every day. And you could save $4 a gallon, whatever. And my car only gets 40 miles to the gallon. It's a good deal, sometimes 60. And I'm like, my car won't let me in the car. I had to use the key to get in it. And then he's like, well, you can do away with internet. You don't have to pay $64. I don't have internet. I'm like, well, Trump texts me every day, and I have to answer it. Like, that's him probably texting. He wants to interview me for a job, and I need to have and they keep me busy is playing games, watching TV, learning something about off the grid and that kind of thing. I like learning about different foods and how to cook them and different ways of doing things and off the grids and how they work with that. And they have a couple horses. I think maybe I talk to somebody about helping me get a horse, and because then I can ride it to town, whatever. And I told him, I've been suicidal most of my life, and you've not been suicidal. He works his butt off for what? Not having fun? Does he play with his children? I mean, he's fostering children, and he's not getting paid now because, well, I think his child that he fosters is 18 now, and going to the Amish, that's a lot of. He gets 80 cents a mile to drive clear to Omaha or Nebraska or Idaho or whatever. It just seems kind of crazy for the Amish to spend that kind of money. And I said, he thinks I should go to the mental health center. I said, I spent 35 years and I don't think I got anything out of it. Well, surely you got something out of it. I'll let my kids do good at the mental health center. But they took my money from me. And they wouldn't let me get out of the mental health apartments. And I talked to a cop and they said it was illegal what they did. And I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time. And they done away with PATH, I've talked about it. They done away with the PATH program, which is the 988 suicide hotline in Bloomington, Illinois. $160,000 this man would volunteer to give every year. It's only been a couple years, but he died, and so they didn't get the $160,000. I think they got $60,000. And where'd that go? Because I thought they was keeping the one down south, down by Metamora, open, and I miss every single one of you. It's wrong what happened, and yeah, I sort of blame myself because I wanted the restrictions taken down. Now it's just Cornerstone is worse than what I had. Maybe that's my punishment. I'm always punished for everything I do. And this guy's telling me to go back to the mental health center. And I said, they didn't even ask me about my childhood, or if I've been sexually abused, or if I had ever tried to kill myself. And I said, yes, yes, yes. Well, you was 7 when you was abused. I said, I wasn't just 7. I was 7 till I was 15. And I want you to know that I'm a starseed, an angel from heaven. And not only an angel from heaven, there's millions of us on this earth because of the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Millions of us. And there's the ETs that come and guard the chemical places where they make the atom bomb and the nuclear reactors. They guard that so it won't happen again on this earth. And most of those people that come here are suicidal. He didn't have a whole lot to say. I hung up on him and he called me back. Well, I'm just doing everything right. And then he tells me that if I done for myself, other people would help me. Like I don't do anything that sit on TV, watch TV all day. I don't do that. I started feeling good enough that I started picking up the trash off the floor. The pop cans, you have to take them back to get refunds on the 5 cents. And I've got a big box full of them. And I've worked really hard at cleaning the table off and the counters off. And I can still see mouse poo everywhere. And I said, I have bad knees. Well, sit and do it. What am I supposed to do? Yesterday I was going to download about the house and the paper hanging off the cabinets because the mice have chewed my books. And and they've chewed the insulation out of my oven, and the yard is 6 foot tall, and I'm embarrassed, and I want out of here, and I didn't deserve what I got today. And I was crying so hard, and I didn't want to call 988, and I looked up and I found I think it was, they said that, the lady said she's from Georgia, but when you see the phone, it's from Virginia. Anyway, I called her, and she wasn't very good at helping me. You just need to call 211. We don't have 211. Well, you need to find some other way to get yourself out of this, and I don't know how. I spent 2 weeks without a car. If I didn't what, I wouldn't have had it sitting in the side of the road for 2 weeks. I can't do without a car. I live in a city of 10 people and 12 houses, I think. There's no stores here. There's not a pop machine. There's not an ice machine. There's nothing here but chemgrow, who kills our beautiful planet. $250 to transfer my car someplace to get it fixed. Do you know how many people work on Priuses? Toyota Priuses? I only know one person. And I don't know if I can get my car there. And what am I supposed to do? How am I going to get my laundry done? I don't have a wash machine or dryer. I don't have an oven. And he says, if I helped myself, other people would help me. Well, if I helped myself and got everything done, I wouldn't need no help, right? And it seems to me there's no help at all. He had me so upset. And there's not only me that thinks he's such a jerk. I went to the farmer's market and found out some people that really didn't care for me. He says, you know that the rhubarb over there, Billy Smith, that's Aaron Ferguson's rhubarb bought from me. He gives me $2 and you give him $4. Now I can't even take it to the market to sell it to her. I'll let him have a pound of rhubarb out of my garden. I doubt if I get anything for it. I mean, he did follow me. And I tried. But days like this, I shouldn't be here. Look how ugly I am. This is so ugly. And I've lost like 40 pounds by not taking my medicine. I was 225 pounds and now I'm 170. I might be less than that yet. There's nothing special too much about me. Trump loves me. His family loves me. What is love if you can't help one another? I'm supposed to be in the White House. And I thought I was, and then I don't think I am, and I'm supposed to be head of the new earth, because Jesus isn't coming back. I've been given his soul, his spirit, my soul was born and created in 1 billion years ago. I have multiple personalities, and they laugh and say, no, it's not 1 billion, it's 9 billion. And I see myself talking, and I hate. My teeth are awful. The doctors won't work on me because of my blood pressure, and that's part of being an angel. I'm embarrassed of me. I was a beautiful little girl. I loved myself at one time. People say, I'm glad you're still here. Why? Tell me, why am I supposed to be here? Trump would see this, he would be upset with me. I spent since 2009, doing for God. Giving my home away was paid for. Giving up my show dogs without knowing it. Spending the last 5 years teaching Trump to be a praying president. He calls me a living legend. Probably really am, because he's the only one that notices this angel that really come to the earth to love all of you besides yourself. What I mean is all the hurt and stuff you put on other people. I'm not gonna make you look bad because of it. Maybe I do, because I have family members that are pedophiles. And it hurts. And I don't know why. I don't understand it. But I still have to love them. And I used to tell the counselors I wish I could take the whole earth in my arms and hug it. I think that my past life, I was one of the Indians that came to the angel Indian that came to some of the Indians on the earth and taught them how to take care of the earth. And I'm sure Jesus wasn't it, and that's what the Mormon church says. But Jesus, or Yeshua, would have taught us in England and Germany and all the other countries how to take care of the earth. This person that came to the Indians told him to take care of the earth. Big difference. I'm totally alone. I've been alone since I was 4 years old. Yeah, this lip that hangs out. I'm sorry what I'm going to say, even to the dark-skinned people. She called me nigger. Nigger lips. Maybe if I'm a great-granddaughter of Yeshua, which would be 7th grade granddaughter, he was black. And so I have this curly hair, frizzy, like, yeah, see. The dentist won't work on my teeth. No doctor will work with me, except for we go to the emergency room, then, well, you have to take pills for your blood pressure. You're gonna die. I'd rather die than live here. To all the people that you... Does any of you think about how I was treated and how you treat other people like you treat me? Like my family treated me. Couldn't have friends because they were sinners. And if I wasted time, I was sinning. Do you want to know something? There is no sin. It's pre-planned when we come here. Maybe some of the things we say aren't pre-planned. But who we talk to and who we abuse and don't abuse and who we marry and we don't marry, most of that is our own planning. God said I'm going to get married, and maybe I shouldn't have said it on YouTube. And when I blogged, I said God wanted me to marry Jake, and he's afraid of me now. I don't know. He might be 18. I really don't want to rob the cradle. That he does have some kind of autism. Any doctor that can pay for me to get my teeth fixed, that won't judge my body, won't judge the way I take care of myself, because I wasn't taught. I was judged for everything I did. You know, in the 70s was the mini years, you know, mini skirts and I can't remember the skorts, and loud colors, loud flowers, the Volkswagen with the big flowers all over them, and there's a vase, I think, sitting on the dashboard, and she hated me for loving big flowers, loud colors. I loved colors. She hated me for the fact that I loved animals, that none of you people will love me because I love dirty animals. So what do I do?